Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Night School. Y'all already know when we're talking about a school film, anything having to do with education, gotta rock that alma mater, right? As for the film itself, I didn't have very high expectations going into the film. I've actually never found Kevin Hart funny, but I do think that Tiffany Haddish is funny. But the trailers didn't really make me laugh. There were moments, but overall I was left unimpressed with the trailers. And the film pretty much fell into line with expectations. I was very meh when it came to Night School. So let's go ahead and start off with the positives. Well, I think the biggest positive is Tiffany Haddish herself. She and a couple of the students, other than Kevin Hart himself, are the funniest part of this film. She has a lot of the funnier moments, and then we get sporadic funny moments from other characters within the school. There's a mom character here who has a lot of really awkward funny moments, but also has kind of a fun take on a motherly role and motherly expectations. A little bit antiquated maybe, but at least it's spoofing that antiquated thought process. There's also this really crazy conspiracy theory woke guy that goes in and out. His character actually has a really weird sexist undertone that I didn't quite understand. But I thought the aspects of his personality that were skeptical of technology were funny. And then Tiffany Haddish, with her just kind of abrasive, natural humor, was the highlight to me personally. And the film has a nice message about second chances and not giving up because you fail. And obviously that is a positive thing. I think it does a nice job of taking down some social stigmas around learning disorders and thinking you're dumb when in fact you just have a disorder and you need to approach things differently. And I think it also has a message about teaching and having teachers who care and how much difference that makes to students who feel ostracized from our learning system. That's about it when it comes to the positives overall. And we're going to kick off the negatives with the biggest one. I just didn't laugh very much. There was a chuckle here, a chuckle there. I noticed my theater didn't laugh all that much, and the person I went with didn't really laugh much. And that's the biggest sin for a comedy, is it just doesn't really elicit laughs. There wasn't even one good, legitimate laugh in the entire film. There are chuckles sprinkled in, but it's not very funny. And then you add that over the top of a very formulaic storyline, and honestly, I got kind of bored. It really went on for too long. This movie clocks in at just under 2 hours. That's too long for this kind of comedy. And when you're not laughing, you really feel that runtime. The whole movie was just too hokey for me. Just across the board, too hokey. There are special effects thrown in that just look way ridiculous. Lighting is super bright and sitcom-y. The jokes are mostly really hokey. And Kevin Hart does himself no favors, adding in segments where he's literally chucking and jiving, acting like Gary Coleman for this old white guy who thinks he is his son. I actually cringed, and going along with Kevin Hart's kind of reputation, it was a cringeworthy moment for me. But honestly, it was even less funny than I anticipated it to be, and I wasn't expecting this to be a great comedy by any means, but I really just didn't laugh, and that's the big downfall of the film. Too long, didn't laugh, predictable story, and corny. Even the funny characters don't feel real. Literally nobody in this film feels like an actual real life human being. They're all caricatures. They're all over the top. They're cartoons. They're all just ridiculous. Nobody's a real human in the entire film. Of course, with the Kevin Hart film, there's not an ounce of nuance. And that's actually a little bit of a shame because coming from the Will Packer production company, He's produced plenty of really great films. Really fun, funny films. This is just not one of them. I'm not going to rag on this film too much. I'm not going to go on and on about it. You basically do know what you're getting. Watch the trailers and then take your expectation down a notch even from that. If you're a Kevin Hart fan, I don't know if you'll find this funny because I don't fall in that camp. But even at that, the highest recommendation I could give for Kevin Hart fans, for Tiffany Haddish fans, if you're a fan of both of those, is A Rental. And it's an inoffensive film, so a rental at best is what I had to give this one across the board. So, that is my review of Night School. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Night School, or have you already seen it? If you have, what did you think? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!